on, everybody? It's live from the block. Ron Murray. I'm out here. It's the first episode of The Pavement, and it's only right that I get the DFW Battle Rap GOAT. If you don't like it, make up your own list. Battler on cam, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Trebo from the 80s, two fingers mean those. Shout out Carrollton Far North. Shout out live from the block. We do it for the culture.
All right, let's go ahead and get right to it. So I'm gonna ask you this: you're retired. You decide to come back. It seems like you left on a good note. You headline Shocktober, you battled against Ryu, you came out with the win against Ryu. Why'd you decide to retire?
Man, it was kind of deeper than battle rap for me at that point. And I had kind of oversaturated myself, overworked my mind as far as like rapping was concerned. I needed a break and I needed some time to get my mind right. But yeah, I mean, that it was that more than anything. I had to talk with God about it, and we decided together that I needed to be done, at least for the moment.
So when you decided to jump back in, did you think that battle rap may have passed you too much, or as you just observed, did you have a feeling that, you know, hey, after retirement, I can go ahead and jump back in?
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn with saying it, but I feel like the thing that makes me special in battle rap is my versatility. So being able to tap into different facets of battle rap, and then, you know, as far as the game passing me, I think it has gotten more complex in areas, but I think it was more of bringing it back to the battle rap I know versus trying to fit into what battle rap has become.
So this time around, what is something that you expect to accomplish that you didn't accomplish the first time around? Because I would say you had a pretty good run. You have a pretty good resume even prior to the retirement. So this time around, what's different?
It's all got to make sense. And I know that's something that a lot of battle rappers say as far as like, you know, if I battle, it's got to make sense. And I feel like the part that made sense in the past was how often I battled. That was the proof. As far as what I hope to accomplish now, I'm from Carrollton, Texas. I'm from the Metroplex, Texas. And we got to get our name up. You know what I'm saying? I see Rax doing his thing on the URL. I'm trying to attack it from the KOTD perspective. And people need to know, you know, about Metroplex rappers more universally. I feel like we're respected in the South, but the respect needs to be higher nationwide, and that's ultimately what I want to accomplish.
So when you did come back, headline Shocktober again, so it's like you never left, and you decided to go against Fellow. It's not like you decided to go against a boot camper or a mid-tier guy, not knocking anybody, but why decide to go against Fellow? Because that could have been a dangerous battle and throw on the fact that y'all were friends. How did that come about?
So Fellow's like my brother. That's a battle that a lot of people had asked for a very long time as far as the block was concerned. I was actually given the opportunity to battle a pretty big name in Houston, and I felt like me making my return in Houston, that ain't right. Like it can't be done that way. For everything that I try and do for the Metroplex and the way that I try and represent it, for my return to be in Houston would have been bad business as far as I'm concerned. So me and Fellow, they've been wanting to see it, and it was something where I knew it would make him better, I knew it would make me better, and you know what I'm saying? That's why the battle was set up.
And in that battle, you sent a few slugs, and this is one that popped out to me, and I'm going to go ahead and go past it. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it.
Right.
But Red said, I built an empire, but y'all class was the foundation. And fact says you can't appreciate the NBA without giving some praise to Naismith. Issue is, that's OSAMA. Y'all ain't create the league that y'all play in. Y'all more like Malone and Stockton. Not because y'all lose when it matters most, but because my retirement and coming back a bigger impact than both y'all saying. Go ahead and break that down.
All right, so in my absence, we'll say, I was still very active in battle rap groups, I guess you would say. So social media wise, I was still very active. But as far as rapping, in my absence, a lot of people had opinions about me starting my own league. A lot of people had opinions about me being done. And I mean, ultimately, although it was a shot, the goal is to uplift, in that we speak about loyalty very often. we speak about positioning and posture within the battle rap culture, both in Dallas and in the culture as a whole. And when we talk about loyalty, a lot of times people get content in their loyalty. They find comfort in it. Whereas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really, the way I wanted to do the bar initially was like, you can't be a fat, ugly chick and brag about how loyal you are to your man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what offers are you getting to be disloyal? You know what I'm saying? As far as that bar specifically though, it was saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made myself the GOAT. You could take shots at me, but you know what I'm saying? And it's not for me to brag or anything like that. A lot of work went into doing that. As far as Live from the Block's concerned, I put myself in that position. So for you to throw shots at me, as far as relevance is concerned, within the state, within the block, within the city, you know what I'm saying, within the South, I made myself relevant. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did that with hard work. And granted, the block was behind me the whole time, don't get me wrong, but we all battle rappers. So it's like for you to take constant shots at the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Let me remind you of your place in this league.
That was very thorough, and I appreciate that breakdown. So you mentioned it a little bit earlier in the interview. You went out, had your King of the Dot debut. Congratulations. You went out there. Just talk about the experience of Canada, KOTD. I hear it's a different crowd out there, great energy, but you talk about the experience you had.
So Canada, first of all, is expensive as hell. Like, that's easily the most expensive place I've ever been. But once the battles started, hey, but shout out Canadian food though. Canadian food is fire.
Did you get some poutine?
I didn't know.
Okay.
No one told me nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me and cause that was Valentine's Day weekend. So me and my old lady, we went out and the food was fantastic. But as far as like the KOTD, the crowd, the actual event itself, most people told me I got a 30. Some people say I got a convincing 2-1. As far as like the league itself, meeting with Organic and Gully and Rigo and Chubbs and Nate Sosa, you know what I'm saying, and them guys, like, it was really cool to see them interact without being Hollywood or, you know what I'm saying, like they could have very easily just looked at me like, man, you a GZ, move around. You know what I'm saying? But they all took their time to have a conversation with me that I felt like was meaningful. And speaking with Gully, he said, you know what I'm saying, he definitely want me back. So it was a great experience overall, for real.
All right, the battle hasn't dropped yet, correct?
Nah.
But of course, a lot of us have seen online. Some call it a coincidence, some call it bullshit. I call it the latter. But of course, there were bars in your battle. Then about a week or so later, Sharon regurgitated those battles. Could have been coincidence. And we saw the fervor online, the fervor in the Facebook group. Shout out to the block. They did ride with you. Other people rode with you about that. So just talk about seeing that, handling that, and how you took that situation.
So it all started as far as like, so we're all on the same page and we could talk about the whole situation. I took a clip from my KOTD battle. I put it on my Facebook. It got shared a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying, across Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I think it had something like 10,000, 15,000 views on the clips, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, so like everybody was reacting to it. It was all love. It definitely got shared in the KOTD group. But after that, you know, I'm just sitting at the house trying to figure out the caffeine app because it was skipping all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the URL in the event. But my guy from Seattle, MT $, posted in the culture, he was like, Sharon just bit the hell out of Trebo. And
Chomped.
And you know what I'm saying? I was like, word, what bar? Send it to me. You know what I'm saying? And he posted it in the group. And it was the, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty much, it was the same rhyme scheme. And you know, it is a current event and it's definitely low hanging fruit. So as far as everybody riding for me, like I was kind of shocked with the amount of people that rode for me that I didn't know. Like the block is always family and we gonna ride for each other. The same is true with the culture. But there was a lot of people that like are names in battle rap that were commenting on it like that's definitely a bite. And I was like, wow, all right. But then obviously, you know what I'm saying, Sharon actually commented on the video itself, where I was like, you know, from the start, what I said was, you know, they calling it a bite. I let them decide that. I'm just honored to be thinking on the same wavelength as one of the greats. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude is on Wild 'N Out. He's been in a movie that released in theaters, like, you know what I'm saying, from a battle rap career. So to be thinking on the same wavelength as him was dope to me. But, you know, after he said what he said, he had hit me in my inbox, and he was kind of frustrated, and, you know what I'm saying, we calmed that frustration down at a rapid rate. And as far as, like, my overall thoughts on it, and I kind of explained it on the post, if he stole it, he stole it. If he didn't, he didn't. Either way, like, there's no way that I could prove that one way or another. Do I feel like he stole it? Probably not. You know what I mean? It is a concept that, I mean, you know, in the way that I put it in the rhyme structure, I can see where people are coming from, where it's like, nah, he took that. But in my opinion, you know, I think it is a coincidence, but, you know, let that be what it is.
That's a very diplomatic way to explain that. Salute to you.
Trebo versus Sharon, set it up.
Set it up. Hey, Shocktober 2020. But let's keep moving on. So you on KOTD, Rax URL, Low, he made his URL debut. J.R. Swayze in the Metroplex been on RBE, Street Hymns, he's been on URL.
Yeah.
So there's definitely an impact that the DFW is having on battle rap. But of course, some people still feel that battle rap is dead in a sense in regards to that. How would you say the state of battle rap is in the DFW right now?
If it is dead, then I blame us. We have a strong support system, a strong fan base in Dallas. I think division kind of held us back for a long time. I'm kind of happy to see, from what I understand, us be able to get who I felt like the hindrance was out of the way. And I see us kind of coming together. Like, me and Rax would have never been cool because of where he started and where I started. Me and J.R. Swayze would have never been cool because of where I started and he started. Killer, you could keep going down the list. You know what I'm saying? And as hard as we tried to kind of bring, shout out to OSAMA, it was me, OSAMA, the latest time, because I know they had tried to do it before, but the latest time it was me, OSAMA, and Blaze, and we was trying to put together a card where it was DFW versus Live from the Block, to finally shut everybody up and show them that they're our little sister league. You know what I'm saying? But then coincidentally, the powers that be on that side, you know what I'm saying, let the names be who they are, throw an event the same day that we were planning to throw ours. And then they added like a remembrance to King Leo, you know what I'm saying, which RIP King Leo. And I let people speculate on how they look at that, you know what I'm saying, and I got my opinion on it too. But as far as the state of it now, Benji Reckless just battled on Live from the Block.
Right, Benji, yeah, another KOTD guy, made his debut, forgot about him, yep.
Rax just battled on Live from the Block. You know what I'm saying? There was a 2-on-2 where two DFW battle leagues, whatever you call it, I guess alumni battled two Live from the Block guys, our up-and-coming guys, and that shit was a fire battle. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the city is coming together, and shout out to OSAMA for helping it come together. And I think it's really on us to keep it alive. Like, you can't just rap good. That can't be the only thing, and I think a lot of people still feel that way.
Okay, so a lot of frenzy about the DFW Top 25. I already said how I felt about you. You know, some people felt how they felt about the list, but I give credit to the people who put names on names. Some people don't like doing that.
Yeah.
So when you saw the DFW Top 25 list that I put together, what'd you think about that, and just some of the names and how you felt where you were at and all of that?
After taking a year off where I was at, I can respect it.
Okay.
I'm always gonna be God here, but you know what I'm saying? Rax, man, shout out to Rax, bro. The first person ever from the Metroplex to have 2 URL drops, and I think they happened like within 2 weeks of each other. And this ain't like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't your typical like how the PG things have kind of turned into now. this was still when the YouTube was kind of like hot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Benji and Street Hymns. Benji's my guy, man, and I fuck with Benji. But Street Hymns is also my guy, and I don't know. Like I feel like me and Street Hymns, respectively, we could be swapped wherever you put us.
I can see that. Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And he obviously has way more accolades than me as far as like the battle rap culture is concerned. As far as the city is concerned, I probably got him beat in that area. But the ones notably where I was like, hold up, were like J.R. Swayze definitely should have been up higher on the list.
Top 5?
Nah.
Okay.
Top 10 though.
Top 10, okay.
Hero could have been way lower.
Okay.
Versa could have been up there. She definitely should be now. Maybe at that time, you know what I'm saying? Fellow, I feel like deserved to be up a little bit higher. And then was Red on it?
Yeah, Red was probably in the back 20s.
Okay.
He was probably in the back 20s, yeah.
I mean, rap-wise, I feel like Red deserved to be up there. And then, I don't know where. Nah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it on that. Yeah. So we're gonna move on. Of course, when you went to retirement, I was calling you Jordan because we know Jordan's career. He went out. I was like, we're gonna get the 45, Jordan. We're gonna get the Wizards, Trebo. Which one we're gonna get? But you took time and you went and you started your own battle league. So I want you to talk about that. And also, you got a pretty big name coming up.
Yeah. So the wheels were kind of already turning with the battle league taking form. And I spoke about it before, but in October of 2017, my girl moved to Austin, and so we're clear. Like it was definitely ran by OSAMA. Like, hey, I'm about to do something out here, you know. And at that time, he wasn't interested. So the next person that I hit was Gutter. Like he's the god of Austin. Like me for Dallas, Gutter for Austin. But nah, we started the culture officially after Steel Sharp and Steel. We started the culture. Steel Sharp and Steel was our very first event. I battled Jay Murder, Low battled G Nutty, J Red battled Blick the Barbarian, who was actually supposed to be J.R. Swayze, but J Red had stepped in because J.R. Swayze had some stuff come up. But and what was dope about that event, I have to say, is it was May 12th, which is an Austin-based league, which is the 512, and the league started on 512, which is dope. But officially, the culture began with capital punishment, and that was a crazy event. Man, and just like it's been a ride since. Like OSAMA used to tell me about a lot of the stress of being a league owner, and I was like, man, it can't be that bad. And after doing this with a business partner, keep in mind, OSAMA was doing this stuff alone. So with a business partner, he ain't lying. This stuff is not easy. It takes a ton of stress dealing with several personalities. Everybody in the world thinks to call you right when the event about to start, and it's a lot. But as far as the name,
let's go.
Ah, man.
And I'll just say this: you've been modest about it. You said, hey, this could go one of two ways. It could be real good or real bad. So you definitely showing respect to your opponent.
Man, no disrespect to my previous opponents, right? But I had a pretty good handle on knowing that I was gonna win every battle I ever took, and arguably did. With this one, it's like I'll write something and I can write, and it's Chilla Jones just for the camera, like, you know what I mean? Like
Boss Town,
fucking Chilla Jones, like.
Yeah.
But he's always been a pen I respected. I met him, and I definitely respect him as a man and as a person as well. So it's hard for me to be like, yeah, fuck this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really respect him as a person. But with him, it's like I'll write something good, and then it's like, yeah, but he could just like I have to play defense while I'm writing my offense, if that makes sense. And it's man, it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a fire battle. I'm definitely going to win.
2-1, 3-0. What? How you feel?
That's up to him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, Chilla. It's gonna be tough, man. All respect to Chilla Jones. Shout out my guy.
So
Culture Shock too. Get your ticket.
So you someone who, at this point, you've been on both sides. You've been the league owner side. You've been the battle rap side. What's something that you say that you see a lot of battlers doing wrong as they try to come up, get notoriety in battles and such?
Man, it's quite a bit, and it kind of depends on the rapper themselves. I feel like a lot of people do this for fun. I feel like a lot of people do this for fun, you know what I'm saying? And I never did. Like, it was, even if it wasn't like money based, it was enterprising. Like, I had to build something. There had to be some step after this one. And I feel like a lot of people get content with only rapping good. And it's like, I mean, I was great at rapping when I was on SoundCloud getting 13 views on my videos. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm here for. I wanted to put Carrollton on more than anything. And it's been put on, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to take it further. And as far as what guys do wrong, I mean, the thing that I see the most, honestly, like as far as the craft is concerned, is a lot of guys focus on impressing the crowd. Write something that impresses you. That's all you have to do. The crowd gonna react to your confidence way more than your bars. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that's probably the biggest mistake I see.
So we already talked about how Dallas needs to be more unified, and I feel right now we have literally 3 sides of Texas that have, you know, battlers that are phenomenal. Of course, Houston, Barcode, Battle Coliseum down there. Then of course what you're doing with the culture right now, you know, I really like JDK, like that dude, he gets after it. Then of course what's going on in the DFW right now, and I'm not gonna ask you to say which side what you think is best, but who? No, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you that.
Okay.
Right now, of the crop of the 3, which areas, if you had to put them in tiers, would you say is the best from Central Texas, South Texas, and North Texas, DFW?
I mean, as far as a solid, complete team,
or exactly everybody as far as talent base.
I mean, are you allowed to count me in Austin?
Nah, you're Metroplex.
Okay, so
you DFW, yeah.
I mean, man, they all got their strong suits, because it's like building the team that we built in Austin is like, you got to keep in mind most of these guys are below 24, 20.
Young guys.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the skill that they show already. Like, if you're asking me the team I would take, right? Like, essentially, the culture has a team full of rookies that are already banging it out with like middle of their career guys. So they're like the, you know what I'm saying? They're on 2K, they're the guy that's at 83, fresh out the draft. And we got 5 of them.
So a high ceiling for those guys.
Right, and when I say 5, we actually have 9, but I'm saying like that's your starting 5 is all rookies coming out the draft with between 80 and 85 ratings. So like they're still learning. As far as like skill as it stands today, I mean, if you take me, Low, Street Him, Rax, and
Benji, you throw Benji in there?
I'm thinking would it be Benji? That's my initial thought. But
Versa.
Maybe Versa. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as depth is concerned,
right,
Dallas is definitely far and away the best. Like, they have more depth than anybody. Like, could you even do a top 20 for Houston?
I think you could. You may have to go deep, but I would say Houston is top heavy. Houston is top heavy, and that may be by design, but that's another conversation for another day. But Houston could be top heavy in regards to that.
So the way that I would answer your question is this: Houston, as you said, is top heavy. They got some really good people at the top, and then it drastically falls off. Dallas is Like it's really hard to make a top 20 with the amount of battle rappers that came from Dallas.
Right.
And then as far as like a solid unit where it's like you got Gutter, JDK, Emperor T, Soze, like as far as a solid unit, Austin I feel like has that in the bag right now. But as far as like skilled rappers at a depth position, I would give it to Dallas. Of the three, Houston is obviously last. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay, we can take it as that. So
Stop ducking, Scotty.
that's another conversation for another day too.
Hey,
So,
all bullshit aside though, man, prayers to Scotty, man. His family going through something.
yeah, prayers up to him, definitely. Because that goes to my next point, your op list, the opposition, the ops. Who are some guys that you hope to possibly battle within the next few months, the next year or so, or guys that, you know, Trebo has his sights on, and whenever they want that smoke, they can come get it? Who would you say?
Anybody.
So they're not a personal person you have? Because some people do call your name out and you take it as you want it, you know, but there's no personal person.
When I say anybody, I mean anybody up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a bigger name than me for me to want to battle you at this point. Just because, like, man, I spent a long time rapping at people with, like, super intricate rhyme patterns and schemes and bars and so on and so forth that people are never gonna go back and look at. You know what I'm saying? And it's you know, maybe they do, but that's contingent upon my name getting bigger. So in order for my name to get bigger, I gotta step on a name that's bigger than mine. But as far as like a personal vendetta, not really. I'd love to exchange ideas with anybody who feels like white people are a certain kind of people. I'd love to battle rap with any of them.
I got an idea where you're going with that.
You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about that. So this is another question I wanted to ask you, because my first battle that I saw against you was you against Silverback. Now, it wasn't necessarily the greatest battle, but you starting there to where you are now, arguably you are one of the greats in, you know, battle rap in the DFW, arguably the GOAT for some people. Did you see yourself at this point, you know, when you first started battle rapping?
Man, I mean, kinda. My goal was to be the best at Live from the Block. And when I felt like I was best at Live from the Block, my goal was to be the best in the Metroplex. And when I felt I had got there, my goal was to be the best in Texas. And you know what I'm saying? That's still an argument. So we got to get that out the way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as Houston is concerned, right? Austin is still young. And granted, Austin is the mecca of Texas battle rap. It all started in Austin.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So
okay.
like,
I thought it was Houston for a while. Okay,
nah. So Japanese Jesus had what's called.
Enough said. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it started there, but as far as like revitalizing it and cultivating a fan base and kind of, you know, it's young. But as far as like, you know what I'm saying, anything else is concerned, Gutter is considered probably the best ever from Texas. The argument is naturally Scotty, accolades wise. I see C Money, Suave, Beretta, you know what I'm saying? At a time, Molly G's, Low is putting himself in the conversation. Rax is putting himself in the conversation for like the best in Texas, right? So that was a lot of the reason I did the Suave battle, was because at that point I felt like, all right, I'm the best in the Metroplex.
I hate it was a one-rounder, but it was a good battle though.
I wanted 3.
Okay, you wanted 3.
And it should have been 3.
Okay.
Because we both rapped 3 rounds worth of material. But you know what I'm saying? He took his L respectfully, so shout out to Suave. You know what I mean? We just climbing up the list, man. So.
Okay, so last question before we get out of here. All right, one thing that we know that's always going on in the Live from the Block Facebook group, a question that's always brought up, you know, who deserves to be there, who shouldn't be there, the Live from the Block banner.
Right.
I want you to say, who are the people that have to be there, and then the people that should have strong consideration. I ain't telling you to say who shouldn't be there, but I just want you to talk on those two things. Yeah, if you want to, it's up to you.
Nah, Low definitely should be there. just for all around skill, accolades. I don't think we make a big enough deal about the fact that he's like, I think the third live from the block artist to get a PG. Eliza versus should be there. Just consistency, bro. Like, and there was a time when I was like, Eliza versus is in trouble. There's boys coming in that can get rid of her, and they never did. And they let her form into a full beast, and they in trouble now. OG Percy, obviously for the views, the accolades, the battle with Moon, like he should definitely be there. And then I feel like after that, it kind of becomes an argument like, what is the criteria? Like, for what Red has accomplished, for how long he's been here, for how he kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of rappers. I feel like Red should be there. And a lot of those guys from the beginning. Chronic, I feel like, is on the cusp. Like, he should, watching Chronic deliver 3 rounds, that it's scary, man. It's scary for guys. Once he gets his consistency locked in, people in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and I feel like there's a lot of arguments, right? Like, Syntax is kind of right there on the cusp where you could argue about it.
But you don't think he's necessarily deserving of the banner right now?
Me personally, he's not a shoo-in.
Okay, not a shoo-in, gotcha.
But he's a candidate. You know what I'm saying? G.I. Joe, for what he does in totality, I feel like deserves to be there. Fellow's a definite needs to be there too. My bad. Just everything he's done, how long he's been here, and like Fellow's style is him. He's completely himself, unapologetically, and he doesn't like go to a different place to, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of arguments. Like Jalen is an argument. We got to see his footage though, but Jalen is a definite argument. But yeah, like the live from the block banner, man, that's a hot commodity. I want to see it come back where people are battling for banner spots. That was one of the most original and like interesting things that I ever saw happen, was when people were battling for banner spots. Like, if you think you that good, then let me get that banner spot off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was fire.
All right, Trebo from the ADOS, 2 Fingers, Mean Dose, already said it. DFW Battle Rap Bro, if you don't like it, hey, do your own list, man. Give us some shout outs so we can get out of here.
Hey, man, shout out to Live from the Block for giving me my start in this shit. A lot of what I know about the political side of battle rap I learned from OSAMA. Shout out to him specifically. Shout out to all the supporters in Dallas. Definitely shout out to Culture. Shout out Gutter. Shout out the roster. Shout out Houston, man, for kind of allowing me to expand my brand out there with them. They always consistently gave me shots as far as like certain people may have felt like I didn't deserve them. So shout out to Scotty, Beretta, Iceman. Shout out Texas, man, for real. I feel like when we all come together, we're the most talented state, even per capita, in the nation. So the day that we come together and push as a unit is the day where everybody gonna eat, man. And that's all I got, man. Trebo from the ADOS, 2 Fingers, Me Dope. Shout out Carrollton, Far North, Live from the Block. We do it for the culture.